someone without braces.
I'm free.
I'm free.
I'm free.
The shackles have been
Yes,
broken.
I'm done. Oh, it feels so good.
Does it feel good?
Feels
And your
so
teeth
good.
are super straight.
Thank you.
We
Yeah,
got to
okay.
actually throw out a picture of what
Oh,
you
the
look
before
like
and
before.
after. Yes, I will post it. Yep, online.
I've seen pictures, but it's weird because
Yeah.
to me, because you had a tooth that is kind of
Yeah.
up high.
Yeah.
And you're so. Fiona is the cutest thing in America.
Oh my gosh.
She did not need braces, but
and
now
that's what
she's
everyone
like.
said. They were like, didn't you already have straight teeth? And I was like, no. But
It's like when
anyhow.
you lose weight, they're like, I didn't even
Oh,
notice
yeah.
you lost 10 pounds. You look the same. You
I
look
worked
awesome.
so hard.
Yeah. Okay, so we're so excited because we're back here,
Yeah.
and we are just, for me, a big passion, and I know it's for her too, is making sure. I love in Genesis, there's a dude, his name is Enoch, and he's known for walking
Jesus.
with God.
Yeah.
And I just went, wow. And you know,
Yeah.
so many people are thinking, what's my calling? What's my calling? Walk with
Walk with
God.
God. Oh my gosh. So I saw this most incredible tattoo. This guy, he had a footprint, and the footprint was dissolving. And what he got is that he wants to be Enoch. He wants to just be taken, like just be in the presence of the Lord and just be taken up, so that like when he's walking and he's no more, and he's just always with Jesus. Isn't that cool?
I got chills.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I think of that often. I think of Enoch just walking with God and how important that is. Our first, you know, it's funny, I think of this, I might have said this before, so I apologize. So many people are thinking about the calling and calling and calling,
Yeah.
and then it almost turns into the doing.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, know yourself as that child
Yes. Yeah.
first.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's the walking with God.
Absolutely.
So for us, and I know for you, it's really, really important in our 24 hours that we've been given the gift of 24 hours, is make sure that our devotionals, our devos, our quiet time, whatever you call them, you know what I call them.
What do you call him?
I call them my hang time
I love it.
with Jesus.
How come?
I think because, this is just Tisha,
Yeah.
I feel like devotionals felt like work. The word, it's more semantics. It felt like quiet time sometimes is not quiet for Tisha.
Yeah.
It's my loud time. So that it just didn't really fit me. I'm very friend.
Yes. Yeah.
And I love quality time.
And how much more does it? What's the word? Like personalized personification. Like it makes Jesus into a flesh. It brings him into like sitting across from you.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Hang time.
Yeah, I want to walk with him.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to be, Brother Lawrence wrote this tiny little book. I don't know if I ever told you about this. And it's called Practicing the Presence of God.
I've heard of it. I haven't ever read it. Yeah.
So good. $4 on Amazon.
Awesome.
So you will, as you turn the page, feel like a little dusty because the words are a little bit big and abnormal that we don't use.
Yeah.
But I love those kind of words, and so good. But it really taught me that it's not just that 20 minutes, that 10 minutes, that 30 minutes, whatever time that you take to really be with him in his presence, practice his presence through the day, where he's cooking and changing the bedding, and he's practicing the presence of God. So it's a 24-hour hang time with Jesus, and not just a...
Yeah. I heard someone once called it like sending out arrow prayers. Like you're always, all throughout the day, you're just sending out prayers, always. It's not this like, you can only like in the quiet, by a candle, with a hot drink, no lights, no children, like, okay, now I can meet with Jesus. Like, that's not realistic. You know, you just gotta be awesome. Shooting off prayer. Well,
yes.
Sure, that would be awesome. That would be a really nice moment.
I've never had a candle with Jesus before.
You should have a candle with Jesus.
I know,
Ooh.
that's really...
but just those arrows prayers, just
I
always
love
talking
that.
to him and just knowing
So really, really important, some just like structure things for us. We're going to share a little bit about, you know, what hers looks like and what mine looks like. Some little structure things. Beth Moore, we both are fans of her. She says, find a Jesus chair in your house.
I have a Jesus chair now.
So do I. Really?
Oh, yeah.
So on my Jesus chair, little things, I have my Bible, I have my devotional, I have my notebook, my journal, I have like 3 glasses, and I never have pens. So I sit down, and I'm like,
Al's always disappears.
oh dear God in heaven. So those are just some little things to help you succeed. So I want you to share, because something really cool about you and your husband.
Yeah, and honestly, like I feel like I'm still a baby in this consistent hang time, quiet time with Jesus. Scott and I, in our early years of marriage, gosh, first 10, 12 years of marriage, we didn't pray together regularly. We did not read the Bible regularly together at all. 2 years ago, it was in May of 2019, and Scott, he read this book, I think it's called like the 5 a.m. Club or something, and he kind of, the one thing he took away was that consistent, successful people, I know I've said successful before about wanting to be successful, is that they get up early, and they are morning people, and they use a lot of their brain power in the morning. And so Scott and I, we would sleep in until our kids were banging at, like, knocking on our door or knocking on our faces, like, wake up. I know, 7 a.m. like, and that's the worst. Waking up after your children, it's horrendous. You wake up in such a horrible mood. So he started getting up early and reading and having quiet time, and he invited me into that space. And I was like, if you wake me up and say, hey, you want to come and have a coffee with me, like, I'll be there every single morning. So 3 Mays ago, no, 2 May, I don't know, 3 Mays ago, whatever, 2019, we started getting up early at 6 a.m. together and reading. And at first we thought, like, let's do a specific devotional, and I kept getting bored and I didn't like the people's whatever we had. And so in October of 2019, I was like, babe, I really want to start reading through the Bible since I never had. And he was like, let's do it. So we are only a couple
Do you guys
days
read
ago.
out loud?
We read out loud. We read a chapter each.
Cool.
Yeah, we just
Very
keep
cool.
going. And let me tell,
Yeah, you did Psalms 119. Tell everybody. Isn't that Psalms 119?
Oh,
or
well,
the whole Psalms?
The whole Psalm. We just did it. We just finished Psalms. Guys, there's 150 Psalms, and I thought we'd be in it forever. And I was always like, Scott, can we read another book while we're doing this? He's like, we just got to keep tracking, because we wanted to read it cover to cover.
And the last one I love, the 150 is like a crescendo.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Confetti that falls.
You know, this is 149. Let them praise his name with dancing and make music to him with timbrel and harp. For the Lord takes delight in his people, and he crowns the humble with victory. It was just like, it was almost like a celebration that we got through Psalms. And
Do you read it like that though at home? The way that you just read it? That's so cute.
No, it's normally like but I'm such a a connector that we'll read a few verses, and then I'll need to talk, and then we'll read, and Scott's he can just read a chapter and like get through it, but I take forever. But gosh, when we were going through Numbers and Leviticus, it was like running a marathon, And
you guys actually read through those?
Every single one. He did not let me skip any numbers or
so
any
you
names.
have read Genesis all the way to Psalms, and now you're to Proverbs.
Yep, you're going to start in Proverbs.
I love this. And this is 6 a.m. to 7 a.m.?
No, now we pushed it back to 5 a.m. because I started working out at 6 a.m. So we meet from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Every morning?
Every morning. And guys, I used to hate the dark. I used to hate waking up if it was dark. I was like, no one's awake. No one should be awake while it's dark. And now I love it. I love watching the morning.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me
okay,
too.
so sorry, that's a lot. So that's our consistent time. We crave it. We love it. But it's only a couple years old, but I pray that it has now changed the trajectory of our marriage and our life.
Amen. That's so beautiful. I love that. Okay, that's it.
Oh, already?
We're pal
really?
already. Yes, we are. We're done. And I'm going to share next week about my hang time with Jesus and what that really looks like. Thank you for inspiring me, inspiring them, because my husband does his and I do mine. We're both really like, I'm like, no way. Let me read that.
And there's different times where I will, do things talk with God throughout the day, but right now I think setting that I just feel like I'm setting a foundation right now of meeting with Jesus consistently. So when I'm in my 50s, I'm gonna be like, I got this.
Yeah, baby. Love you guys. We'll see you next week. Okay, bye.